name's Raagas. I'm the CEO of Skid Row Housing Trust, and I'm welcoming you to the virtual opening of 649 Lofts and Joshua House. There's two premises that Skid Row Housing Trust back in 1989 really kind of founded themselves on. It was design equity, which was the belief and the execution of bringing real estate development projects that were equitable and safe and worthy of living in all communities, and also programs and services and medical support. And in partnering with LA Christian Health Center, we did that. We brought a medical center to Skid Row Housing Trust and to Skid Row community at large. We're very thankful to our financing partners, our agency partners, and our partnership with LA Christian Health Center. I also want to say thank you to the real estate development team that really brought this concept to fruition and brought this extraordinary property to the community at large. Thank you to Sierra and her team, and we're very, very excited to do this, to be a role model for other communities and really to bring programs and services that are much needed in Skid Row. Thank you very much and welcome to our opening.
649 Lofts and Joshua House are an incredible project that is located in the heart of Skid Row. It brings housing, which is desperately needed for those experiencing homelessness, but it also brings in healthcare. Joshua House being a clinic in Skid Row, we knew the importance of bringing a clinic to completion in the middle of a pandemic for our community. Every day that you take longer on a project is another day that somebody spends in a shelter or in a tent and somebody is unhoused. That is the importance of working on a permanent supportive housing project like 649 Lofts. Now that Joshua House has opened its doors, we're looking forward to being able to respond to further health crises that should come up in and around Skid Row. Now that 649 Lofts is open, what are you most excited for?
When we started this, I was really excited about the concept, about what we were going to bring to the community, you know, all the things that were being addressed, housing, medical needs, etc. You know, but now that it's here and it's post-pandemic and post-COVID, I'm really excited about what this is going to bring to the community as a whole because the needs are deeper and greater, you know, so obviously we have housing. That was the first crisis and the need that we needed to fulfill and serve, but also just the medical needs that have happened. You know, post-COVID, there's a lot of people that got sick. You know, there's a lot more activity and people slipping into homelessness. The community's gotten larger, the needs have gotten larger. So one of the things that I'm most excited about is the fact that we have, for the first time, a dedicated medical center in Skid Row, in the community. You know, we have great partners, you know, with LA Christian Health Center, you know, so I think just the fact that we have this prototype that we're about to, you know, lease up and show the world what we can do it's just a really big deal, and that's what I'm proud of and excited about. So thank you to you and your team for everything that you've done. What about you? What are you excited about?
I'm excited for the partnership and the intersection of healthcare and homes.
Yeah.
You know, as we know, home supports success, our tagline, right?
Yep. Yeah.
But it really is a deeper meaning than that for us. But I'm also excited for all the features that are going to be in Joshua House's clinic.
Oh, yeah.
Features that, you know, services that are not offered in Skid Row, like dental.
Right.
You know, I can't imagine not only sleeping in a tent or being in a shelter, but also having, you know, teeth issues or pain, especially during the pandemic, right? And so I'm super excited by that.
My vision for the new Joshua House Health Center is for patients to receive every aspect of care, from medical treatment to behavioral health services to housing services to even just receiving a cup of coffee. It's really important that the patient, when they come in, that they know that we did this for them, that they feel loved, and that they are treated with respect and dignity in a state-of-the-art facility. On our first floor, patients will have the opportunity to visit our pharmacy and receive their medications on site. We do have a welcome pavilion where patients can come in and relax and have a seat, speak to someone about enrollment and retention services and to various types of insurance programs. I want the Skid Row community to know that they are so deserving to receive care in this type of facility. They've waited long enough. And I just pray that when they walk into the doors, that they feel the love and receive hope when they leave the building.
Hey Los Angeles, I'm Mayor Eric Garcetti, and I wanted to just congratulate the Skid Row Housing Trust, Los Angeles Christian Health Center, and everyone who made 649 Lofts a reality. We know the epicenter of our city's homelessness crisis is in Skid Row. 649 Lofts are providing 54 stable homes for unsheltered brothers and sisters who live there, including men and women who have served our country, people with chronic health issues, and as is the case with many of the 43 HHH-funded permanent supportive housing projects that are being built across LA, they include on-site case management for residents, common areas where folks can build friendship and community. And on top of it all, 649 Lofts is creating access to healthcare for all of our residents of Skid Row. As home to Joshua House Health Center, a 25,000 square foot state-of-the-art clinic. Together with this new facility, the Los Angeles Christian Health Centers can greatly increase the number of people that they serve every day. 649 Lofts and the Joshua House Health Center are bringing housing, health, and hope to Los Angeles and to Angelenos for generations to come. Thank you.
Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us today as we celebrate our previously unhoused family, friends, and neighbors to their new home here at 649 Lofts, here in the heart of the district I represent in downtown LA. I'm honored to be here today to celebrate this incredible work of Skid Row Housing Trust and the partners working to provide a home for the many families and individuals who've been forced to survive on the street for far too long. The 649 Lofts is a beautiful site with 54 new apartment homes providing a safe space along with quality care to community members who've experienced homelessness, including veterans who've served our country. We know that a housing first approach works. That's why I introduced the bill several years ago to make California a housing first state. 88% of the people connected to a permanent home through LA County programs in 2018 have stayed housed and not returned to homelessness. The high rate of people staying housed is possible because we know what works, and housing works. A safe space to heal leads to success. That's why I'm excited that in addition to providing homes at 649 Lofts, there will also be much needed community health services. I want to thank our amazing partner in this fight, LA Christian Health Centers, for partnering with Skid Row Housing Trust to provide health services to the residents and the greater community. This partnership is providing a 25,000 square foot state-of-the-art health center called Joshua House, owned and operated by LA Christian Health Centers to replace their existing clinic. This new facility is going to transform our public health response in the Skid Row community by doubling the number of people they serve to over 7,000 per year, providing an array of health services including mental health and substance abuse treatment. We're a little over 3 years into the 10-year investment from Measure H, an initiative LA County voters passed to support our unhoused neighbors. In these 3 years alone, LA County's homeless services system has doubled the number of annual housing placements. Skid Row Housing Trust is one of the community-centered partners contributing to us providing homes for more people. I have shared before, and you will likely hear me say this again. We need 3 things to provide homes for our unhoused neighbors. First, we need to stabilize our communities by leveraging existing and available homes to prevent new people from falling into homelessness. We saw numbers rise in the last homeless count, and we will not accept this. Second, we need to scale up. Across the county this year alone, we expect over 2,000 permanent supportive housing units to be completed and welcome people home. And lastly, we need to build for all, using every tool in our toolkit and looking for all types of housing solutions to meet the varying needs of our unhoused residents. That's why I'm excited to join today's celebration, because for over 30 years, Skid Row Housing Trust has been part of the solution, providing homes that are affordable with the support needed to permanently break the cycle of poverty and homelessness. I want to thank our LA County teams at the LA County Development Authority and the LA County Department of Health Services for working with Skid Row Housing Trust to bring this new community asset into fruition. And I thank you for joining us today in this celebration. I look forward to future celebrations welcoming previously unhoused family, friends, and neighbors home to quality housing sites in the 2nd Supervisorial District.
Dr. Lisa, it is so great to see you here in the new Joshua House. A number of years when you came to the Skid Row Housing Trust office and said, we've been working out of the old Joshua House for about 20 years. Obviously, it's an old SRO, very tight space. You wanted to stay in Skid Row to continue to serve this neighborhood. And we were fortunate and lucky enough to find this property to bring that request to fruition. This is a fantastic site, I gotta tell you. It is beautiful, it is spacious, it's well lit. I think it's gonna give people a sense of comfort and safety just to be in the space and to know that they're going to get the best care possible from LA Christian. So I want to commend you with having that vision, making the request, working with us through the very difficult development process. This is going to serve this community for many, many years to come. So congratulations.
Thank you, Mike. It's amazing to sit here with you right now. And we had that dream of partnering the clinic with housing. We had done it at the New Genesis, yes, but on a small scale, yes, where we have our clinic there with you for the past, it's almost 10 years now. But to do it on this larger scale where you put this 25,000 square foot flagship comprehensive clinic together with housing, that's not done a lot. Access to healthcare is critical and access to housing is critical, and we're not going to solve the homelessness crisis without both of them. Bringing them together and integrating them is actually an amazing strategy and an effective strategy. We had a lot of emphasis in this project on getting the design right. And part of that was making a building that was trauma-informed, that had an openness, that had beauty to it, that would give hope to people that walked in the doors and would give them that dignity.
God bless you. This is my inauguration day. I'm so happy. God bless all of you. I'm actually from Somalia, and my husband was killed in the civil war with an AK-47 in front of my children in 1991. I left Somalia. I went to a refugee camp in Kenya. I stayed there for 20 years. And what happened, this lady discovered me. She wanted a maid. He said, who speaks English? I say, me. So she hired me, and I was loyal to her. She said, do you want to come to America? So she gave me a visa. I went to Texas. I applied for asylum.
So you scan it again?
And then push it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm scared of elevators. I can't ride elevators.
Well, we do have stairs as well.
This is the first time I feel I'm very welcome to America. 17 years I've been homeless, and I feel obliged for all of you done for me.
Coming up to your left-hand side.
Okay. Peaceful. So Yay! All of you. I'm so happy. God is good, man. I can't believe this.
Welcome home.
Oh my God. This is the best thing has ever happened in my life. Come on, sister.
Thank you, Miss Hussein. You have plenty of closet space.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay,
Who wants to come in with me for a shower? Look at me. I look so cute today. I'm proud of myself.
If you need our case management staff, we're on the 4th floor.
Yeah.
Just come downstairs to see us, okay?
This is the one who started all the problems.
He's the great.
I love you. Okay.
I have this wonderful welcome home kit. That's your pillow to lay your head on. Yeah, this is from the Los Angeles Christian Health Center.
God is good.
And they gave this to you.
Love you guys. I will never forget all of you. It's the first time women have worked with me so hard.
Yay.
And I'm proud of all of you.
We proud of you.
I'm so excited, and God bless you, and I will never let you down.
Miss Who's saying you could never let us down. We're just happy to be a part of this wonderful day.
Now I know I have a place.
I'm so excited, Dr. Anna, for us to be in the building. I think so much about your mental health patients, your therapy clients, and the folks in the rehab program. And what do you think that experience is going to be like for them, just kind of walking through these front doors and seeing the new place?
Our clients tell us they've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's kind of like a dream come true. You know, and so many of them, they tell me that they have to walk up 3 flights of stairs at the old Joshua House. Now we have elevators available, and instead of like an old SRO building, now they walk up and it's this open space with all this glass where we can look outside, and it's beautiful, it's huge.
We created meeting spaces and multi-purpose wellness spaces. Now I can just picture all the art therapy and dance therapy and pet therapy, which we've been working on, and just all the different ways that we can use that space.
We're all familiar, you know, with individual counseling and the group therapy, as well as substance use treatment. You know, so we have all of those things. But what is more unique about it, you know, is that we have the socialization piece. A lot of our clients, because of abuse, trauma, substance use, homelessness, you know, all these kind of things, they kind of have some developmental delays, and they have to learn some of these life skills. And that's what the psych rehab program is there for. People who are homeless need hope, knowing that they're not forgotten, knowing that they're still loved, and knowing that we are there, you know, to reach out to them because we care with the love of God and also with the love from our own hearts.
Here we are in this beautiful floor 401, and right across the street is 649 Lofts and this fantastic Joshua House, new medical clinic for LA Christian Community Health Centers. Are these the first 2 projects that you've completed since becoming CEO of Skid Row Housing Trust?
Yes, we were just talking about that the other day. It couldn't come at a better time. They're aesthetically beautiful, they're community driven, they're resident centric. We delivered a solution that a lot of people are looking to see right now. 1989, like all the way back, what you started, what Sierra's continuing to do, what our partnerships are doing. It's a lot of players. You know, there's financing partners, there's agency partners, there's construction partners. It's a lot of work to get this done. So I feel proud, you know, on behalf of Skid Row Housing Trust to say this is reality. We did it.
So Mike, could you tell us how Triple H affected this project?
Well, obviously Triple H is one of the funding sources for the housing part. I think the interesting issue is how it has become an essential part of the clinic. At the time that Triple H passed, we had already started to think about this project as it's come to be. So I called some folks over in the mayor's office and the CAO's office, and I said, would the clinic be eligible to receive Triple H funding? Because according to the language, it says, and facilities, and we know, by then we had known quite well how important healthcare was. And they came back and said yes. And that made things a little easier for us. These are challenging projects, as they always are.
We're definitely hoping it's just a prototype at this point, and that it takes off in other communities that are also needing the same things, healthcare and housing.
Congratulations, Skid Row Housing Trust, for creating more permanent supportive housing. This new 7-story building with 55 apartments and a health center at the lower 3 levels is a testament to your mission. We at Abode Communities Architecture Studio are very grateful for having had the opportunity to work with you in the planning and design of much needed affordable housing in Skid Row. I and the studio thank the Trust for supporting our work and for believing in the power and value of architecture to enhance and enrich the lives of formerly homeless individuals and our community. Look into the future and the healthy growth of the Skid Row community.
Hello, my name is Mark Rasmussen, and I am the Executive Vice President for the California Community Reinvestment Corporation, and we are the permanent lender for 649 Lofts. And it's my great pleasure to congratulate the Skid Row housing team and the organization at large for the completion and the grand opening of what will be a landmark project in transforming the Skid Row area. 649 Lofts is 55 units of supportive housing, assisting the homeless and veterans in the Los Angeles area. We'd also like to recognize the unique aspect of this project with the qualified healthcare center that will be located within the development and will be run by the Los Angeles Christian Health Center. We'd also like to give some recognition to our great friends at US Bank, who are the equity investor and construction lender on this project, and also a longtime supporter and investor in CCRC. So once again, congratulations to Skid Row Housing Trust, and more importantly, congratulations to the 55 residents who will call this magnificent project home in the future.
This is your mail key. You could use this one to open this door. So if you wanted to go ahead and test it out yourself, there you go! Woo! The very top. Welcome home! So the silver key that I gave you, use that to open up that door.
This one?
Yes.
Hooray!
I'm very excited. Thank you. Your own bathroom.
Yeah.
Thank you, Seth. Dresser.
Fantastic view. Los Angeles downtown. I like it very much. Very clean. This is for the clothes.
Yes.
So I work here, do my paperwork.
This is your office over here, right?
I'm really excited. That's why I call Stephanie and Janae almost every day. So I'm gonna start moving tomorrow. I feel very great because the color is white. That is my favorite color. It looks clean and healthy. I like the stove because I like to cook.
All right. You got your key. Congratulations.
Hello, my name is Sydney Kamlager, and I'm the senator for the 30th Senate District in California, encompassing parts of downtown LA, including 649 Lofts. I'm so excited to be here today for the grand opening of this building and to celebrate this special day for our previously unhoused neighbors who are finding a home here. Thanks to the incredible work of Skid Row Housing Trust and their partners, we now have 54 new apartments that Angelenos in need now get to call home. These apartments don't just represent more housing, they mean homes for families, homes for veterans, homes for people in need. And they aren't just finding a home here. They're finding the wraparound services and quality health care that will help them as they move forward. A new 25,000 square foot state-of-the-art health center known as Joshua House will also be located in the building, thanks to a partnership between Skid Row Housing Trust and LA Christian Health Centers, who will be operating the clinic. Through this new clinic alone, we'll be able to reach over 7,000 individuals per year, increasing the access to healthcare and mental health services that our Skid Row community needs. Through my bill, AB 369, the Street Medicine Act, we'll be working to increase this reach even further by allowing our healthcare professionals to meet our unhoused neighbors outside of the four walls of a traditional health clinic. This means we'll be making sure people experiencing homelessness are getting the care they need when they need it, wherever they may be. A shelter, inside a car, a park, or traditional housing. Legislation like this, along with permanent supportive housing like 649 Lofts, is critical to getting our unhoused neighbors into homes where they can get back on their feet. We are so grateful for the partnership of Skid Row Housing Trust and LA Christian Centers in these efforts and for the work they're doing in our communities each and every day. Thank you.
Los Angeles Christian Health Centers has been dreaming of making a new Joshua House building for more than 20 years, but this building has been in the process in the works for about 6 years, including planning, and it's been about 3 years in construction. We provide medical and dental and mental health and substance use services, as well as optometry and pharmacy care. And we do that across about 8 locations downtown and Boyle Heights and down in Watts, and expanding all of those services in this new facility specifically for our Skid Row community. Our current Joshua House building, which is about 2 blocks from this new facility, is gonna transition over here. The amount of space is tremendously different. We're going from 9,000 square feet to 25,000 square feet. It means 7,000 people per year will be able to be served in this new facility. And some of the services are doubling. Dental care is doubling. Social services is more than doubling. We've been in that building for 25 years, serving the community with a lot of love and with high quality care, but in a building that didn't really reflect that. It's crowded. It's a 3-story building with no elevator. So you can imagine we bring services down to the first floor all the time for people who aren't able to go up the stairs. It was never built to be a clinic. It was built over 100 years ago as a hotel. It's a huge change, and we're thrilled. Having an elevator for our patients to be able to easily get to the 2nd floor and the 3rd floor is just a huge blessing when you haven't had that. And we know that our patients are just celebrating knowing that that's coming. And then so much attention to accessibility that we've tried to put along the way. So being up with current codes so the doors aren't heavy when you open them. And so the clearances are always 36 inches or more anywhere that you go. And the heights of the desks have accessible heights where we need them. We have 7 accessible exam beds for the 6 provider teams to use.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a doctor that has an accessible exam bed. I have to get picked up and put on an exam bed whenever I go to the doctor, almost all of them. And it makes a huge difference because I have been in an exam room that has that accessibility, and it's so empowering for people to be able to make a choice of how they want to get on and off of that. And just looking around this space here in this open area, I can just see there's so much opportunity to be able to move around with multiple people using mobility devices.
And we know that it makes a difference in the quality of care because providers know that when they're working in that environment that actually doesn't have the proper things in place, there's just certain things that they're going to shy away from doing. It just feels like jumping through too many hoops to get into the right position, right? But then when you have that correct equipment, you're able to really provide equity, which is what we want to do. We think of how our clinic is a family and is a community for our patients. A lot of times we are that support system for them that helps them when they are isolated and they need someone to reach out to. But also when I think of community in this building, I think of the community of the folks who live in the 649 Lofts up above the building, and how our partnership with Skid Row Housing Trust and that integration between the housing and the healthcare just even expands that notion of community. We're looking forward to having a really special relationship with the residents in the housing and our staff. I think a lot about how there's still not enough outreach and street medicine to reach those people who aren't yet making it through the doors.
And what do you need to be able to do more street medicine?
Largely more funding, because the funding for our street medicine, most of it comes through Measure H, but there's been a limit to how much funding. Those positions do cost money, and there's no sort of reimbursement. You can't bill insurance for going around and engaging people even when they're not yet ready to have a medical visit with you, but getting to know them. Opening up access to healthcare and expanding access to healthcare the way we're doing with this building, not just healthcare, but healthcare and housing, it's this huge critical piece of the puzzle for ending homelessness. But the whole other piece to it is connecting with the folks that are on the street that need this care through outreach and through a really effective tool, which is street medicine, where we really bring the care to the patients where they are, and through delivering that care on the streets, develop relationships and build trust and help people kind of move along on that journey.
Finding the people, but really finding the funding, right? That's the big piece that we were talking about, the piece that was missing with this.
Well, hopefully this bill, 369, will be that missing link, because the goal with the bill is to actually connect street medicine to billables through Medi-Cal. So that we can get healthcare providers on the streets to meet folks where they are.
And that therapeutic relationship that you start there on the street is just so powerful. I can't even say. We have, I think, 7 different street medicine teams throughout the county that LA Christian Health Centers participates on, which are wonderful, but we need so much more.
Well, I think we shamed homelessness, right?
Yeah.
And we thought, oh, we'll eradicate this in about 10 years or 8 years, so let's not double down and really work to fix the problem. I think now we're in a space where we're saying we're going to try to do all that, but at the same time, we have to make sure that every single person has access to health care. And it's also really important for folks to know that homeless individuals are individuals.
Yes.
And it's about treating them as such. And I think this is one step to doing that.
The street medicine model really informs sort of our being with our community members and going to them instead of expecting them to come to us. And really that's sort of what informed our COVID response as well, is taking that model of street medicine and going to our patients. So even ensuring testing was available in the streets, right, in alleyways, at bus stops, in familiar community settings for our patients. And then also now providing street-based COVID vaccinations as well, utilizing the street medicine model. That's been really important to us, that our patients feel like we will come to them and meet them where they feel safe and where they feel familiar and comfortable. The fact that we have this amazing partnership with Skid Row Housing Trust and we're able to have 50 units or 54 units of affordable housing, you know, right above our clinic, and have that connection between housing and health. You know, as a street medicine clinician, seeing the importance of bringing healthcare to those who are unsheltered and then creating a bridge between those who are unsheltered, using healthcare to get them back into housing it's so important. I've seen that firsthand. And so having this building have that connection is really, really important. It's really key to the overall work and the sustainability of our work in Skid Row.
Well, I've spent a lot of years not having any teeth. And this was the first clinic that I ever went to that gave me what I needed. I'm learning to eat with my dentures and proper dental care. You get enough people forming an opinion about you just because you're poor. Not once have I ever seen that in the 2.5 years that I've been there. And I've taken advantage of most of all the services that they have. The dental service, optometrists, the medical service. I'm very pleased to be here. I love Dr. Cole.
This was something that I wanted to do coming out of school. I wanted to either be overseas in the mission or maybe in the mission in my own backyard. And I'm very thankful that I found LA Christian and being able to help patients like Miss Peggy who, you know, don't have a lot of money, but yet still need standard of care. I'm very thankful that we're doubling up our chairs. We're going from 4 operatories to 8 operatories in this new building, which means we'll be able to double up our care.
I have the opportunity to work here since 14 years. In the beginning, we used to work with a lot of volunteers, doctors. We start from zero, and being here now, seeing this dream come true, is amazing. I love my patients. It's like a family, and I'm so grateful to work in this place.
That's what a lot of people need to know. You're going to get top-notch care whether you can pay or not. It's not just about the money. The people actually care about the population and the community that they serve. So I'm awesome. It's awesome. That's my favorite word, awesome. It's just totally awesome.
Hi, I'm Congressman Jimmy Gomez, and I'm proud to represent California's 34th Congressional District. I would like to thank the Skid Row Housing Trust and their partners for their hard work on the 649 housing community and a state-of-the-art medical facility. Permanent supportive housing and community healthcare access are critical in our fight to end homelessness. Thank you to everyone who made this project a reality and gave some of our neighbors a safe place to call home.
Hi, I'm Hilda L. Solis, Chair of the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors. As we continue to navigate through the COVID-19 pandemic, I want to take a moment to recognize the great work and congratulate Skid Row Housing Trust for completing their 649 Lofts housing project. I know it takes tremendous effort and collaboration to get these projects done. In the 1st District, I'm proud to note that I have over 25 affordable housing developments since I entered office. These developments consist of 1,566 affordable units, for which 682 are complete. Affordable housing is very important to me since I represent some of the most vulnerable residents in Los Angeles County. And Los Angeles County is facing a severe housing and homelessness crisis. There is a shortfall of nearly 517,000 affordable and available homes to low and extremely low-income households. And I'm delighted that the 649 Lofts includes 54 studios for those who are chronically homeless, those with special needs, and our veterans. And I'm also pleased that the project received a $1.5 million housing loan from the LA County Development Authority. The County Department of Health Services will be a critical partner and is funding the Client Casework Program. Lastly, I want to acknowledge the good work of LA Christians and Joshua House Clinic, who will be operational partners for Lot 649 and will help transform the public health response in Skid Row by doubling the number of people they will serve, over 7,000 per year in the new facility. Thank you, Lee Raagas and Sierra Atilano of the Skid Row Housing Trust, for having me join this event, celebrating 54 more units to address our homelessness crisis. With more projects like this, our collaborative work, I have no doubt that we can collectively address our homeless crisis. Thank you so much.
There are over 50,000 people in the downtown area every day that are homeless. So myself and my team of Freddie and Amber and Brandon, we work in intensive case management because it's our mission to get people who are unsheltered off of the streets and into permanent supportive housing. Permanent supportive housing is so critical for a person's health, for a person's mental health, and a person's overall well-being. We work with people who are as young as in their early 20s, people who are even 80 and 90 years old are our clients. This particular team that I'm working with, who are intensive case managers, they are awesome. What they do is they travel hundreds of miles every day without fail all over Los Angeles County. Because the clients that we have come from the downtown Los Angeles area. When we get their vouchers, it's our task to place them into apartments or small houses that they can live in. Housing is important to get into, but then once you get there, then what? Then what? So it's our responsibility to work on a case management service plan so we can help the client identify their goals post-housing.
Hello, Skid Row Housing Trust. My name is Miguel Santiago, Assembly Member for the downtown Los Angeles area, and we're excited about 649 Lofts, what you've now built with voter-approved bonds from Los Angeles called Measure HHH. We're excited about the 54 units that you're putting on the market, and we're excited about the people you're going to house and the 25,000 square foot state-of-the-art health facility. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Councilmember Kevin Delio. It's an absolute pleasure to be part of this incredible celebration today on the opening of the Joshua Health Center right in our own Skid Row. Now, the opening represents not only 55 new beds for unhoused family members, loved ones, and neighbors, but the delivery of a state-of-the-art health clinic to meet the healthcare needs of so many loved ones living in Skid Row, who quite frankly don't have access to quality healthcare. Now, I especially want to thank the Los Angeles Christian Health Centers for the important work that they do to ensure access to healthcare for all. Now, without the health and medical care they provide, the reality is this: combined with a pathway to housing, there's simply no way to address the needs of so many chronically unhoused folks who live in our Skid Row and elsewhere. Now, let me also extend my congratulations to Dr. Lisa Abdishu, the Center's President and CEO, and to Stacy Bowers, its board president, for their outstanding leadership and commitment to this project, and for their service to the community for over 20 years, 2 decades now. Now, thank you to your staff for their work delivering quality care to those most in need. Joshua Health Center will be a key partner in our overall strategy to address LA's homelessness crisis. Lastly, let me say thank you to the many foundations and the funders whose partnership made this project possible. Congratulations on this opening and on the promise to restore the health and the lives of so many people who will be served. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to each and every one. Bye-bye now.
Aquí vas a entrar a tu apartamento, ¿ok?
Let him use his key.
Ya. ¿Ok?
Vamos,
Venga, por aquí. Ahí puedes sentarte.
Ahí.
Ajá.
Me llamo Stephanie, yo soy la manager de la propiedad, mucho gusto. Vamos a ser vecinos.
Okay.
Esta es su llave para la entrada, entonces nomás la usa aquí. Y aquí tiene.
Yeah.
Hey.
Todo está bien.
Aquí tienen.
Muchas gracias.
Aquí tienes
Richard.
corredor, estufa.
Esto está bueno. Aquí para escribir, miren.
Sí, mira, todo preparado.
Escritorio, mesa, comedor, cama. Mira, su closet, su baño. Mira su baño.
Está muy bien, esto está perfecto. La ducha, qué bárbaro.
¿Le gusta?
Oh, me encanta.
Beautiful.
Esto es perfecto, ¿eh?
Sí.
Hay que mantenerlo como está de limpio.
Manténgalo
Así como
limpio.
aquí no
a
quiero.
todos tiempos.
Aquí no quiero ni una mosca.
Ninguna mosca. Sí.
Ni una mosca quiero que.
Aquí cuelgas la ropa. Y aquí también cuelgas la ropa. Sí.
Ropa con pechero.
Sí.
Ahí también.
Ajá. Una toalla.
Está bien.
Unos vasos, unos platos para limpiar también.
Oh, está bien.
Todo para usted.
Here you go, sir. That's for you too.
Ok.
¿Te gusta?
Está bien.
¿Todo está bien?
Sí.
¿Estás contento?
Sí.
¿Alegre?
Alegre.
Good. Me da mucho gusto que estés aquí porque ya tienes 3 años allá.
Sí.
Tu casa. Welcome home. Bienvenidos a su casa.
Gracias. Gracias, Richard.
All right, sir.
My name is Emilio Salas, and I'm the Executive Director for the Los Angeles County Development Authority. We're proud to be a partner in this project and celebrate the grand opening of 649 Lofts, a supportive housing project within Los Angeles County Supervisor Holly J. Mitchell's district. The project consists of 54 studio units that will provide supportive housing for homeless veterans and homeless individuals. The LACDA provided $1.5 million in affordable housing trust funds to assist with construction and permanent financing, adding to our partnership of projects with Skid Row Housing Trust that has resulted in the completion of 13 projects over a span of almost 20 years. These projects have provided a total of 728 affordable housing units in the city of Los Angeles, with 649 Lofts adding another 54 units. Before the pandemic, homelessness in Los Angeles County was already increasing. The 2020 Greater Los Angeles Homeless Count revealed that there are over 4,500 homeless persons living in Skid Row, with about 44% reported as being unsheltered. This distressing figure represents a 20% increase compared to 2019. Additionally, over 3,600 veteran households within Los Angeles County were homeless, with over 75% reported as being unsheltered. Building housing that will provide long-term stability and services to our unhoused neighbors and those whom have served our country is vital at a time when the county and the city of Los Angeles are facing a housing crisis, only exacerbated by the pandemic. 649 Lofts transformed an underutilized commercial property into quality supportive housing that will also provide access to health care through the federally qualified health clinic on the ground floor, not only servicing the property's residents, but the larger Skid Row community also. I would like to thank our LACDA team from our Housing Investment and Finance Division who helped make this project a reality. It is through financing projects like this that the LACDA can achieve its mission of building better lives and better neighborhoods. Thank you, and congratulations to Skid Row Housing Trust, Supervisor Holly J. Mitchell, Mayor Eric Garcetti, and the other financing and strategic partners on this grand opening.
Hello, my name is Carlos Van Adder, and I'm the Director of Section 8 at the Housing Authority of the City of Los Angeles. On behalf of our President and CEO, Doug Guthrie, and all of HACLA, I would like to congratulate Skid Row Housing Trust on the grand opening of the 649 Lofts. HACLA is partnering with Skid Row Housing Trust on this project by providing 18 HUD-VASH project-based vouchers. That represents $6.5 million in housing assistance payments over the 20-year contract. This assistance allows the veterans to live in the project by providing the operating subsidy. The homeless and chronically homeless disabled veterans who will live in the project will be receiving supportive services on site by the VA, Skid Row Housing Trust, and the LA County Department of Health Services. Skid Row Housing Trust is HACLA's largest permanent supportive housing partner, and we work together on serving over 1,370 clients in over 24 different buildings in 3 different programs. Permanent supportive housing is a challenge at any time, but no more so during this past year of COVID-19. So our hats are off to Skid Row Housing Trust, and we thank them and look forward to welcoming these veterans home. Thank you.
I want to thank Skid Row Housing Trust Board of Directors and specifically our Real Estate Development Committee. Our partners in this project are California Community Reinvestment Corporation for a permanent loan of $1.86 million, Housing and Community Development MHP loan for $3.89 million, Housing Community Development AHSC loan for $3.2 million, HCID LA HHH loan for $5.5 million, Los Angeles County Development Authority loan for $1.57 million, Federal Home Loan Bank of San Francisco AHP loan for $1.34 million, Skid Row Housing Trust General Partner contribution of $662,000, Skid Row Housing Trust deferred developer fee of $1.25 million, U.S. Bank Limited Partnership Equity Line of $9.9 million. Cedars-Sinai for $100,000. We had rental subsidies that were included in this project, which include 18 VASH units and 36 flexible subsidy housing pool vouchers. Our key partners in this project are California Community Reinvestment Corporation, California Debt Limit Allocation Committee, California Strategic Growth Council, California Tax Credit Allocation Committee, Los Angeles County Development Authority, Department of Housing and Community Development, Federal Home Loan Bank of San Francisco, Housing Authority of the City of Los Angeles County Department of Health Services, Los Angeles Housing and Community Investment Department, U.S. Bank, U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, Century Housing, Genesis LA, Los Angeles Christian Health Center.